Hello, how's it going, people? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Whoa, cannot even speak. A bit later than usual, obviously. Lots of stuff happening today, preparing for tomorrow's big day and all this stuff. And yeah, at least there was something to do to keep my mind off the embarrassment we suffered yesterday. I'm not gonna lie, because that was utterly atrocious, to say the least. It's quite embarrassing, I'm not gonna lie. It is pain, it is rough, it is tough, and I don't know where to go from here. I'm not gonna lie, because it's really deflating, to say the least. Really deflating, and kinda lost for words. I'm not gonna lie. I'm genuinely kinda lost for words of everything that has happened and that could happen regarding Arsenal and coming in the upcoming future, of course, in terms of manager, captain, signings, and ultimately where it's all leading. Because I'm not gonna lie, the future is not looking too bright at the moment, at least in my eyes. It's not looking too bright. So we're gonna talk about PSG game. We're gonna talk about some bits and bobs here or there, but today we basically are hurting. We are in pain. We're gonna be venting, but ultimately the bottom line is, I want this manager gone. I want him gone. Should have left him in France, let's be real. What's gonna happen at the end of the season? Everyone knows he's gonna stay at his job. But that doesn't mean I don't want him out. That doesn't mean I cannot say that I want him out, let's be real. So we'll see. But today, let's do this. Let's do this. So smash the like button if you haven't already. Destroy it, caress it, hammer it. It's hammer time and all that stuff. Subscribe if you're new around here. And of course, leave your thoughts down in the live chat below, because I want to know your thoughts, I want to know your feelings, and I want to know how you are feeling and venting at the same time, because this is a tough one to take. To some extent, obviously, on certain level, I knew, and many Arsenal fans knew, that more chance than not, it's gonna be done and dusted. But somehow, it looked promising. I'm not gonna lie, it looked promising for the first 15 minutes. After that, yeah, it's very tough. Very tough, very rough, and it is what it is. Big up Luca Talksball, big up, go subscribe to this guy. Definitely go subscribe. Big up. I'm not gonna lie, I'm doing quite weird, because I'm angry, I'm pissed off, I'm partially an emotional wreck just because, and yeah, it's hard to describe, because it's one thing that you know this is coming, just like with Arsenal not winning the league, because you knew that Liverpool is gonna do it this season. At the same time, when it happens, it actually hits a bit different. You can prepare as much as you want, but at the end of the day, it's almost impossible to prepare it for. Let's be real. So it is what it is. It is what it is. And Arteta out, I fully and utterly agree with this. Big up, coach. Big up, my guy. Hope you're doing well today. I'm proud of players. They gave their all. This coach has stitched them up. I feel sorry for the players. Mikel has done well, enough respect, but he's definitely new to this, dude. It's not enough. For me, it is not genuinely not enough for me. If you would have told me 5 years ago that I would be 5 years without trophies, I would have spent $250 million, and we had done nothing to some extent, I genuinely would have said, don't even sign this manager at the same time. Because how can you sign a guy who is not qualified basically to be the manager to some extent? Because it's one thing when you get a smaller job first to build up experience, get all the stuff going, and then you get a big job. That's one thing. But when you go straight out and just sign one of those, it's more often than not, it's pretty much a recipe for disaster. Let's just put it that way. And with Mikel Arteta, for me, he was done long time ago. I'm not gonna lie, and he's even more done right now. Obviously, it's pretty much evident that Arsenal are not gonna sack him. He's not gonna go and everything. But that doesn't mean I don't want him out, and that doesn't mean I'm not gonna say it. Let's be real. At the end of the day, I just wish more people would open their eyes, because it's been 5 years And we still see the same shit. At the end of the day, we still see the same errors, same situations, same moments, same reactions, and everything. It's the same. You would think that he learns on the job. That was the excuse. And you would think that he actually learns something while he's on the job. But based on how we are doing, we genuinely are. He's not. He's not, because prime example is the striker. Obviously, 3.5 years ago, he binned off Aubameyang. He inherited Golden Boot winning Aubameyang, who won him the FA Cup, let's be real. And he made him play left wing back and bid him for free. Ruined Lacazette, because those two were firing under Emery. To some extent ruined Pepe as well. He carried us in Europa League to many extents. And then he proceeds with not signing a striker. That's already insane on my end, let's just put it that way. Then you look how he has spent the core of $1 billion. That's a sackable offense alone. And then, of course, the player management, player coaching, managing even, in-game, outside the game. It's non-existent. Let's be real. You can say he has done some good things, and I'm crediting him fully for that, but at the end of the day, it's not enough. Because we are Arsenal. Genuinely, we are Arsenal. Third biggest team in England, one of the biggest teams in the world, yet we act like we are accrediting Stanley pretty much at the end of the day. People think we don't have to win anything. Top 4 is good enough, challenging is good enough, and all this crap. But it's not, let's be real, it is not. And people say, oh, you're just moaning and complaining. No, I'm not. I grew up at a time when I saw Arsenal win stuff. And almost every single year. And in the actual beginnings, when I just became Arsenal fan, let's be real. So I've seen us in Champions League final, I've seen us in Champions League semi-final, both of them hurt as hell. But I've seen us be there. I've seen us won stuff, and people could tell me, I don't deserve to celebrate, I don't deserve this, I don't deserve that, I'm not a real Arsenal fan. They can just genuinely put it up their ass. I don't care. Genuinely don't care. I'm not in the mood, at least now, definitely. We'll see how it goes in the coming days and everything at the end of the season, to basically take shit from anyone at the end of the day anymore. And to add on top of that, if this wasn't bad enough, on Sunday we need to give guard of honor to Liverpool at Anfield. That's gonna go well, isn't it? It is what it is. Our team is weak by design, 100%. It's built small by design, and it's weak by design, and it looks like we don't have a striker by design at the end of the day. Arteta has learned nothing. 3 years ago, 8 points clear and all this jazz, and we should have won the league. Saliba gets injured. You would think that Arteta learns from that. He signs a center back, a proper center back for Saliba replacement. He doesn't. We signed Kivior for Gabriel's replacement as a backup. We have left backs, we have defenders. The ironic part is, when we went into the season, our defense on paper in general looked like the most solid part of the team. But if you look at it now, come end of the season, all of our players being run into the ground over the years so much with no proper backup, substitutions and management, that even that solid backline and the amount of players we had there, and that, to be honest, let's be real decent ones, if you think about it, because if everyone's fit properly, White and Timber as right back, solid. Let's be real, left backs, obviously, that's a bit a questionable one. We have about 5 or 6 of them, and at the end of the day, Skelly is the best one and everything. We're gonna get to Skelly in a second. I'm not too happy with him as well. But we are scrambling, we have been scrambling for the longest time. It was bound to happen eventually that we're gonna get injuries. We're gonna lose players to injuries. And it was pretty much evident. Everyone could tell that. I told that 2 years ago, obviously not on stream, but on different places to people. I told it starting last year on streams as well, since I started streaming and making videos. And people said, no, this is fine. This is fine. Arteta says we need a striker. Oh, we don't sign a striker. And we instead sign Calafiori and Merino, who at the end of the day, we play as a striker. Like, sackable offenses all over the place. Let's be real. Arteta has to go. It's all good and dandy. He has brought us up into top 4. We are challenging and all this stuff. But challenging is not enough. Being nearly there is not enough. We need to win stuff. In 5 years, to win nothing? 19 competitions entered. 19 and one trophy? How pathetic is that? 5.5 years without 5 years without FA Cup. 30 plus years without Carabao Cup. 20 plus years without the league. And not even talking about Champions League, which we have never won. Oh, but we won the Miami Cup or whatever it is. Oh, we have 2 dinner plates in our cabinet. What a trophy. Genuinely, what a trophy. It's not about 5 years, no trophy for me. It's the fact that he hasn't improved even one player at our team. It's all of it. For me, it is all of it. No management, no nothing, and of course, on top of that, no trophies. No progression, exactly. You could say Gabriel has gone better. But is it actually due to Mikel Arteta, or is he actually maturing and actually realizing what is happening in the team, how he has to defend and how to avoid the bozo moments? Players get smart. It doesn't look like managers getting smart. Manager is dumber than the players. It shouldn't be that way, but it is. Big up Mike. Big up my guy. Big up YouTube censors. Listen, we could have scored 3 goals in the first 7 minutes. Imagine if we had Gyökeres or Osimhen playing up front. Things would have been different. I give Arteta 1 more year with top striker. One thing I'm gonna say this. I get your point. Totally get your point, because that is the top excuse for top Gunners right now. But at the same time, we have been in a desperate need for a striker for 3.5 years. Have we signed one? Have we signed one? Last summer, top Gunners, 7 out of 10 summer and all this crap. 7 out of 10 window. Calafiori, 45 million. Merino, 35 million. That's 18 million. We could have signed Gyökeres. We could have signed Tony. We could have signed Dovbyk, Morata. Who else is there? We could have signed a striker. And he purposely decided not to. 2 years ago, the same thing. He signed Havertz to be a midfielder, by the way, which he tried for half a year, and it basically screwed us over big time. Then he puts him at striker. Somehow it miraculously works. And then in one of the games that you need him the most at striker, to some extent, against Aston Villa, he puts him back in the midfield, because the first half of the season that went well, didn't it? It generally shows that he doesn't learn. Genuinely doesn't learn. Because let's be real, if Arberta and Arteta get the money, which most likely will do, because I don't think Berta joins without certain guarantees, he will spend pretty much $1 billion. And he has nothing to show for it. Genuinely nothing. Nothing besides hair gel, conquering his wife, swapping wives, installing light bulbs, squeezing lemons, the all for nothing documentary, Win the Dog, and that's about it. It's really simple. People aren't willing to do the things that would make us winning a team. Too many favorite players, too many excuses for their faves, too many excuses for the manager. Exactly. And this is the worst part. Because when we won against Real Madrid, oh, Arteta is a genius, right? Now that we lost to PSG, oh, it is Skelly, it is Odegaard, it is this, it is that. What if we scored those chances? No accountability for the manager. All of a sudden, no accountability for the manager. Yet I'm the toxic and negative one because I call manager out at this stage. Like, what are we doing here? This coach is robbed. Who is the project for Arteta or the players for the club? Exactly. My worst case is who said the phases had to have Arteta in it at the end. Dude, imagine Slot comes in one season, wins the league. What phases does he need? Flick could win La Liga. He has won one cup and 2 cups, by the way, and he just lost in Champions League. It doesn't take phases. Let's be real. It genuinely does not take any phases whatsoever. It's been proven over the years. Big up Iron Talks Arsenal, by the way. If you haven't, go subscribe to him. Also, proper Giza, call stuff out as it is. He did a graphic. He did calculations. How long, on average, it takes for a coach who has just been signed to win the league? 2.3, 2.4 years. Arteta has overstayed the welcome for 2 times already. He has won nothing. Like, there are no excuses. We have regressed too far this season to have any excuses. For me personally. It's either he gets sacked or what. I know he won't get sacked. That's the sad part. But that doesn't mean, again, I'm not going to call it out. I'm not going to say it. I want him gone. Because for me, we are not going to win anything under him. If he proves me wrong, Okay, I will sit here and say I was wrong. Arteta did the good things when he does it, but I don't want to wait 50 years when I'm old, walking around with a cane. I have no hair on my head. I have wrinkles more than I have after the shower, and say, "Oh, Arteta was right," and all this crap. I'm not gonna wait that long. Genuinely not gonna wait that long. Don't give a damn. Arteta chose to buy Merino and Calafiori. Exactly, 80 million. 80 million on those two players. Which one of them, by the way, plays at striker anyways right now. Another one, half the time is injured, and he makes Skelly play, which Arteta totally lucked out for the season. And Skelly was basically was one of the biggest players that screwed everything up to some extent. I'm not gonna judge him too much because he's only 18. Left back is not his position. He's still learning. He's inexperienced. But when he walked out on that pitch yesterday with all the flares, fans, tifos, everything, camera did a close shot of him. You could see he was shitting his pants, emphatically, by the way, and it showed. PSG sat back for the first 15-20 minutes, saw what we can do, and we didn't score. We had chances, let's be real, but we didn't take them, as always. And then what they did, they specifically targeted Skelly's side. Specifically targeted Skelly's side. I was like, for me it makes almost no sense for Tierney not to start in this game. Because we started crossing the ball left, right and center, which Tierney is fantastic at, yet we don't. He's more solid defensively. Oh, but he doesn't invert. If you have that excuse, you can shove it up your ass. I'm sorry, but I don't give a damn. Skelly has more experience at this level in these type of games. He has won stuff. He was one of the biggest reasons why we won the FA Cup when Arteta just joined. So why not start him in this game? Give us defensively extra solidarity. Why not? Because Skelly was out of this, pretty much. We saw it throughout after the 15-minute mark, throughout the first half, pretty much. After the 15-minute mark, for the rest of 30 minutes. Arteta makes 0 subs at halftime. Then Skelly gets a yellow, then there is a penalty and all this stuff, obviously. Luckily, Raya saves that, but at the end it means nothing. Raya saves the penalty. Woo! Means genuinely nothing. Then he subs on Trossard. He subs on Calafiori. By the way, big up for Calafiori. Going forward, he's actually pretty damn good. Great cross to Saka, who obviously skies it. Okay, cool. I can accept that. Players are gonna miss chances. I totally get that. But that miss gave me flashbacks to Olympiacos game, where Aubameyang missed empty net pretty much. That gave me such hard flashbacks to that game. I can't even. But Arteta didn't even go for it anymore. No Wanyeri, no Zinchenko, no attacking threat whatsoever. Why did you sign Sterling, by the way? I know Sterling is useless crap and all this stuff, we cuss him out, but he has played at this level. He is an option in the attack on the bench. Martinelli was this type of player who did all the first stuff correctly. Got past Hakimi and all this jazz, if you want to say it that way. After that, disappears. It's like genuinely, you going home with a girl, you get all cozy and all this stuff. You did all the first bit properly, but then you can't get it up. That's what Martinelli was in yesterday's game, pretty much. Saka, pretty much jumping on one leg for 60 minutes of the game, scored a goal and put in 2-3 proper crosses where if we had a proper striker up top, he converts them. But nobody was there. Merino tried to, but he's not a striker, let's be real. But this is Al Arteta. He has wasted money to sign some random geezers like Vieira, Calafiori as well, let's be real. Even though he is good going forward defensively, he shambles. If we played maybe 3 at the back, maybe he was better as a left-sided centre back. But we will never know because Mikel Arteta played 5 at the back only the time he has won something, by the way, and since then he has never gone back to it since. He has no plan B, no plan C, no plan D, and to add on top of that, I'm sitting during games and sometimes think, frickin' hell, what is even the plan A to some extent? Because sometimes we just get the ball and pass it around aimlessly. pretty much. It feels that way. Odegaard plays full 90. Why the fuck is he still on the pitch? He had good first 5-10 minutes, I admit to that. Donnarumma made a world-class save as well on his shot. After that, useless. Why Vanjeri didn't come on? Why Zinchenko didn't come on? What has Vanjeri done to deserve this type of treatment? He played 5 minutes as a sub since then. He has done pretty much nothing. He hasn't played almost ever since. Like, what the hell is all this about? Genuinely, serious talk, what the hell is this all about? It don't matter what players come here. Mikel Arteta doesn't know how to play attacking football, pass and move, final third parents, he sucks. The issue is, he can play attacking football. I totally get your point, right? In the last 2 seasons, definitely. But 3 seasons ago, we played attacking expensive football. Second part of last season, we played attacking football. So he knows how to take the shackles off, how to attack, how to penetrate, how to score. He knows how to coach these things. So why the hell he hasn't done ever since? Like, serious talk. Why the hell he's not doing ever since? Like, I don't get it. Unfortunately, trophies is not the only factor I look at as my sporting goals. There is more to it, but what I see is Mikel is struggling in terms of coaching the players. Vitinha was on Wolves bench. Exactly. Did you see Vitinha on the sideline? Cooked Timber, cooked who was there at the back? Now I'm Partey maybe it was, or Rice or whoever. He cooked 3 of our defenders, skilled them, pirouette all through on the side of on the goal line. By the way, he did all that and then he crossed the ball. You can bet Havertz will go straight back into the first team. Oh, 100%. There are already talks. Havertz next season, by the way, either is gonna be an 8 or he's gonna be a 10. There are already reports, talks, rumors coming about this stuff out. Already. Enrique improved players like with... Enrique has improved all of the players. Let's be real. Because at Barcelona, Dembele was almost nothing. Here is one of the best players you can see to some extent. I don't rate Dembele as highly as others, but there's definitely quality in him. Let's be real. He has made Doué, perfect player for Enrique, let's be real. Barcola as well. Fabian Ruiz, immaculate. Arguably man of the match in both games for me. You could say Donnarumma in the second game, but overall, Fabian Ruiz for me was man of the match in both games. I wanted Fabian Ruiz over Merino last summer when there was a chance. People said, oh, you know nothing. Merino scored that goal against Germany and all this stuff. Are you kidding me? Sesko did not want to leave Germany and we did not even put a bid in for Gyökeres or Osimhen. Exactly, no Tony. Attitude issues. Have you heard anything about his attitude issues in Saudi? He just won the Asia Cup. Obviously, Watkins, Duran, Dovbyk, who else is there? There are lots of these strikers we could have signed. Is he coaching or just doing... His vibes cartel pretty much. Arteta is not brave enough. If this season and previous season have shown people that they'll simply never see it because they don't want to see it. Exactly. And the team is the reflection of the manager. The captain is the reflection of the manager. Always play the safe pass. Always. If there's not a chance, pass it backwards. That's how Odegaard plays. There were about 6-7 times Odegaard got the ball near edge of PSG's box. And there was a chance with the first time pass pretty much, send someone in, give it out wide to attack from the wing to cut inside across the line and then cross it. He takes 3-4 touches, everything's gone, he passes it backwards. He is weak on the ball. Odegaard genuinely should be sold and stripped of captaincy. I'm sorry. Get Arteta out. Big up DJ Guddy. Big up. Get Arteta out, mate. Can mate window. Exactly. Big up. Big up. By the way, if you haven't already, like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Would appreciate. Roll to 500. We are nearly there. Even if we bring in top striker Arteta and his stubbornness will ruin him, he'll probably play him at right back. He cannot take us over the line. Big up, Bobby Ogunleye. Big up. Yeah. Because we have never seen Arteta coach a striker, by the way. Because when he had 2 strikers, one was playing left wing back, other one was at the 6 half the time. And when we had the counter, he wasn't in the box because he was still running from the 6. And when we crossed the ball, he was only on the edge of the penalty box, not in it. We haven't seen Arteta coach a striker. And the biggest thing is, does he even want a striker? Maybe he's allergic to them. We don't know this stuff. The new manager needs to be given license to clear out 75% of the squad, pretty much. And I wouldn't be surprised that this summer we sell and we sign one big player and some other smaller ones, and we sell quite a few. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if our squad was much thinner as well for the next season. Obviously, I hope Andrea Berti doesn't allow it to happen. Jonathan David's available for free at the moment, right? Not the first choice striker as a backup. It's an option, 100%. Free transfer sounds like Berti signing. How many free signings he has made for Atletico Madrid over the time? But Arsenal have pretty much never signed a free agent, and when they do, they sign Cedric Suarez, they signed Willian they signed for free. They signed some players that nobody can do anything with. To be honest, the phases are finished. The club backroom staff, scouting, everything has been set up. We don't need Arteta at this stage. The club operates at the standard now. Mikel's knowledge not needed. What knowledge, by the way? What knowledge? Average player, average manager. At the end of the day. Average player, average manager. At the moment, at least. I have no shadow of a doubt that Mikel Arteta over time could become a good manager. But again, as I said this over the weeks, we have given a guy who has just finished a kindergarten, by the way, a job to be the CEO of the company, pretty much. We haven't discussed people who have higher education, who have degrees for the specific role. We have just gone a guy from kindergarten and just put him there and see what sticks. Arteta has done some good things, don't get me wrong. But at the moment, it's his end. I don't believe he can take us any further. We have gone back to phase 2, struggling to qualify for Champions League. We are in phase 2. We again need a rebuild. For the rebuild we did, because the rebuild, which we started as a rebuild, didn't work for the rebuild. That's what it is. Big up G Wills, big up. You can tell from Arteta's body language and behavior he is not worried about his job. This is the reason this arrogant prick is this way. No account. Exactly, there's no accountability. Genuinely no accountability. I would say there are about 10-15% of the fan base that call this stuff out, right? Rest of them, Arteta is the best thing since sliced bread. Next season we'll finish 5th or 6th. My worry is Liverpool are gonna get stronger because they will need to defend their title. They will go again in Champions League and all the cups, so they will sign players 100%. City are gonna be back. Rodri is gonna be back. Other players are gonna be back. They're clearing out the draws. Already reading that City are gonna spend 200-300 million again this summer, so they're gonna be back. Newcastle, with their money and ownership, they're gonna get better, no shadow of a doubt. And we know how we do against Newcastle every single time. Now, obviously, there is still Aston Villa. Who knows what's going to happen there, but they will be a problem. And then there's Arsenal, of course. Chelsea as well, by the way. Arsenal fans laugh at Chelsea, but they are in top 4 pretty much. It takes few good results and they can secure top 4. They will be in Champions League next season. Doesn't take much, does it? Doesn't take much, does it? And that doesn't include the fact that we struggle against teams we should be beating at the end of the day. Like your Fulhams, Brightons, West Hams, Southamptons. Well, they're going to go down, so it doesn't matter as much. But Leeds is always a tough fixture for Arsenal at Elland Road. Then there is, of course, what's its face? Skipping my name. Skipping my brain. Bournemouth and teams like that. That doesn't include even that factor. Because for Arsenal, for me personally, the big teams are not an issue. Because over the years, I've come to realize that we do good against the big teams more often than not. Yes, we obviously under Wenger a bit more, but we get panned under them, but we tend to win and do good. Our issue is the smaller teams, because that always been the issue for us. We never, ever, ever managed to get the job over the line against them. And that's what cost us at the end of the day, at the end of the season. I can never forget that Alex Ferguson went 7 years without winning anything at United and was one game away from being sacked. Arteta deserves one more season with a top striker in the team. I get that, but I don't trust Arteta with the money anymore. That for me is the biggest issue. Sesko, Nico Williams, Naipan are weak mentally. They're trouble clients, forget them. Exactly. Exactly. Forget about them. Nico Williams, we saw what he did against United. You want him at Arsenal? I don't. I didn't want him last summer. And people called me a moron. Here we are, once again. Sesko, no thanks. 80 million for that player, no thanks. Naipan, what? Another 18-year-old who's gonna take over Wanyere's minutes now? Why? Like, why are we in phase 5 or phase 6 as it's gonna be, and we are signing phase 1, phase 2 players at the end of the day? Think about it. I'm not blaming Skelly for anything. Yes, he had a bad game, but I'm wondering why Arteta was willing to trust the DM at left back, but wouldn't trust him at DM in the... Exactly, that is also a big question. You have perfectly good left back in the team. Perfectly good. Kieran Tierney. And you don't trust him at all. It generally feels like this season, under Arteta, Tierney has played more at left wing than left back at the end of the day. It's actually insane. I went to the gym. Shout out to you guys that watched this game. Big up to you. Big up to you. To be honest, the first 15 minutes I had hopes. Genuinely had hopes. After that, when we missed those 3 chances, I knew it's over. Because after that, it didn't look like we gonna do anything. Because we always got caught out. We lost the ball too much. We started to panic more. And the counters were just like daggers. It was bound to happen eventually. And it is what it is. I could tell that Skelly was nervous coming. Exactly, I could too. That camera shot of him when he just was walking out, that genuinely was pain and a half, to say the least. Every season is another excuse. Can't support anymore with Arteta at the helm. This is really disgusting. Exactly. Every single season, the goalposts are moving. All the time. All the bloody time. Goalposts move left to right. As long as they fit the narrative. But there's never accountability. Never know when he gets called out. Always left, right, as long as it fits the narrative. Injuries, red cards, referees. Oh, what if he missed that? What if he doesn't do that? And all this stuff. I told everyone they'd done their homework. We were never going to win. This coach is finished. Exactly. Because what they did in the first game, they did the straight opposite in the home leg. And it worked. It was just inevitable. I'm willing to give Calafiori another season. To be honest, me as well. But I would love to see him as a center back. I feel there's a player there. It's Arteta who have to be playing him over. Exactly. It's Arteta to not to play him all over the place. For me personally, and you may agree with me on this or not, if we went to 5 at the back, Calafiori would be a phenomenal wing back. Just like Tierney. Phenomenal. Because attacking prowess would genuinely be fantastic from the wings with overlapping and all this stuff. But he's never going to do that. He's never going to test him out there. Or even in the 5 at the back, to try him as a left center back. But there's never going to be a 5 at the back under Arteta anymore. Calafiori is not the one to worry about. He's better than Kiwior and Young. Merino is 30 and slow, dude. Merino. Oh, bloody hell. We'll still have to deal with him. We genuinely still will have to deal with him. In my 30 plus years of supporting Arsenal, big up Mystical, by the way, never been more embarrassed as today after seeing Arteta's post-match remarks. We're gonna get to that interview in a second, by the way. He has no class. How can someone accept reality and fix things? Exactly. Oh, at the end of the last season, Arteta stands in the Emirates and says, don't accept this. Don't accept being second. Go for the glory. Go for the goal. Go for the first place. Don't accept being second. I'm not accepting it. How come everyone else is accepting it? How comes? If Arteta is your basically god, in a way, as the top gooners treat him, and they hold on to every word he says, how comes they don't hold on to the words he said at the end of the last season? Don't accept mediocrity. Don't accept second. Go for the greatness. How comes they never ever go about those things? Can we talk about the long throws? That enough? Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. Arteta saw what Bournemouth did against us and thought, well, this could work for us. Why not? Let's try it. Genuinely, let's try it. And that was it. Like, why is 60 million worth of talent on loan when we need bodies in another semi-final? Why is, I would say, 35 million actually worth of left back sitting on the bench who has actual proper experience? Why we don't play players in their proper positions? That for me is the biggest question. Why our squad is so small? Why Arteta is not adaptable? Why is he not? How is he not only reactive, not proactive? I'm telling you, man, win the dog like Manieri better than Arteta, and he's jealous. No, bro, he hasn't got attacking football in him. Not buying a striker is red flag. Martinelli's numbers fell off. He doesn't know how to play final third football. That's the thing. For me personally, 100%. If we sell Martinelli, he's gonna ball out somewhere else. 100% without shadow of a doubt. Klopp said he has bright future, but that is under certain system, unfortunately. Because we saw how good Martinelli can be when we play attacking football, open spaces, overlapping, creating something out of nothing. Pretty much. All the time. Since he has gone away from that, Martinelli has disappeared. Obviously, there's injuries that dropped the confidence and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, that cost us. Losing that style has cost us more than it has helped us at the end of the day. We are so one-dimensional. We play wing play, no runners. We play with touchline wingers pretty much. No runners in 3 center channels. It's so easy to defend, double up on the wingers and allow crosses into the box. It's very easy to deal with us. As soon as someone finds out a way to nullify us, every single team that's coming up next are going to do this. And the worst part is, we see this and we call this out. Mikel Arteta, how comes he doesn't see this? How comes he doesn't adapt? How comes he doesn't throw spanner in the works and do something unique? Like genuinely, throw opponents off. Yeah, we love Forest, Brighton, those will be rough matchups. We weren't close to winning this Champions League, we were the worst team. Yeah, we were. We genuinely were. We need threats in the team. If Saka don't score, we dead. Yeah, exactly. We are Saka and Inshallah, basically. And Saka did what he could by jumping on one leg, by the way, almost the whole game. Yesterday, he did what he could. The others didn't step up. Imagine Spurs could win a trophy before us, or United in their worst season. Yeah, United are in the worst season, and they could win the third trophy in 3 years. They could get into fourth final in 3 years. Like, make that make sense. Odegaard caused the momentum to shift back in PSG's favor when he deterred on the edge of the box and caused... yeah, around 70 minutes, exactly. Heck, our team is overrated after last night. It's either us or PSG that we're overrated. Turns out it's us. It's alright though. There's always people to say that we were better than we were. Exactly. They're always hype up something. Always hype up something. Always. Arteta is deluded. He thinks that he's the best team lost. We're gonna look at that in a second as well. Everyone will win a trophy except Arsenal. We all know that is the biggest issue. City can win the FA Cup. United or Spurs can win Europa League. Chelsea can win Conference League. Okay, it's Conference League, but it's a trophy. And they potentially can be Champions League next year as well. And Liverpool won the league. Newcastle won the Carabao Cup. And yeah, that's only Arsenal. And by the way, Luis Enrique and PSG, they beat 4 out of 7 top 7 teams in Premier League. They beat City, Villa, Liverpool, and now Arsenal. Yet League 1 is Farmers League, right? League 1 is Farmers League. Plan B is long throws from Partey. We are so thin. Arteta talks in interviews, tries to talk and be witty like Mourinho, yet he coaches like Gary Neville. That's what it is at the end of the day. He tries to be someone he is not, with basically no credit in the bank. The Emirates will be empty in next few games. Surely the crowd can't keep getting up for a strikerless team. Tourist attractions, that's gonna work. I can tell you for a fact Martinelli under Zag Martinelli does not. Yeah, 100%. Martinelli at striker, by the way, would be phenomenal if you ask me. But Mikel Arteta is not gonna do that, is he? We saw how he plays at striker under Emery. And that was fun. Quite nice to look at, by the way. And we've never seen this. I literally don't think our players are shit. Just think they're overcoached and need fresh ideas. Yeah, our many players in our team play way below their standards that we know they're capable of, and that is only on Mikel Arteta. Overcoaching, overanalyzing made them system robotic AI type of players where basically they are afraid to make a mistake. That's what Arteta is. He's afraid to make a mistake, and when he makes it, he's afraid to admit he was wrong. And then he just is about total control, and that's what our players is all about. Players are burnt out, 100% without shadow of a doubt. 100% without shadow of a doubt. And by the way, Saliba. Either his head has been turned by Real Madrid that hard that it's becoming hella questionable, or the other thing is he needs Gabriel to look good to some extent. Because you can see that he's making mistakes that when he was playing with Gabriel, he didn't make them as much. Or almost at all. He didn't make those mistakes. Either he's nervous besides Kiwior or what, but it's also not looking too good. The only good players to me are Saka, Saliba, Skelly, Timber, and Rice. Everyone else is average or just bad. Saka, Saliba, Timber. And Gabriel, yeah, totally get that. Yeah, and Gabriel, 100%. And ironically enough, have you noticed that you basically named 4 defenders and 1 attacker? Well, Rice obviously is a number 8 or 6, depending how you want to play him. But it's mostly defensive type players besides Saka, and Saka has even played left back, by the way, for us. Saka isn't a left back, he's a right winger. How comes he now plays right back half the time? Like, did you notice that you have named pretty much only defenders? And Skelly is also a midfielder, 8 or a 6. So 3 defenders, 2 midfielders, 1 attacker. Arguably. It's actually kinda insane. And anyways. Let's look at this laughable stock. Look how many minutes he plays. He has to cover too much to think, hence mistakes. Nothing can be easy in this team. Mikel's galaxy branding, everything. Exactly. He's overcomplicating things to a level unimaginable. I thought that we never could achieve that level, but it is to that level. I had that argument. I back Skelly. He's playing his natural game with flair from the academy. Give Mikel a year. Hell coaches the swagger out of him. Yeah, that for me is a big worry. The longer we have Arteta together with Skelly, Vanieri, and now the up and coming Max Daumann, the less individual they will lose their individuality. They will lose who they are. The more they're gonna spend the time with him under this manager, the more they're gonna get coached out of it. Already reading that Odegaard is mentoring Ranieri, and I'm scared of hell of that. It took Sir Alex Ferguson 7 years to win the Premier League, yes, but he was still collecting silver in those years. Don't compare Arteta to Ferguson whatsoever. Look what Ferguson did at Aberdeen. Look at that. Can we stop comparing? Exactly. Ferguson was proven before he went to United. That's why he even got the time. Exactly. The first 11 is fried. They are so tired body, tired mind. It's obvious. Arteta is the worst manager I've ever seen where the rotation man management is concerned. The team suffers because of this. Yeah, team suffers massively. Injuries as well. We call this. It was bound to happen eventually, and it has happened. Injuries all over the place. This Arteta guy is not proven. He hasn't proven anything at the end of the day. Anyways, let's see what this Joker has said in the interview. On our performance. Oh bloody hell, here we go. First of all, congratulations to PSG being in the final. Talking about merits, I think we deserved much more. When you analyze both games, who has been the best player, the MVP has been the same player, the goalkeeper, and the Champions League is decided in the boxes. And he has won the game for them. Because obviously today, after 20 minutes and what happened in London as well, the result should have been very different. I'm sorry. What games are you watching? What games were you watching? Result should have been different. You forgot that they hit the post? They had countless one-on-ones. You blind Spanish prick. Countless one-on-ones, 3-on-2s, 2-on-2s. They always looked like they were scoring. Always. Always we were on the back foot defending. Oh, we had a shot on target. Oh, Donnarumma made a save. Well, how comes then Raya doesn't make certain saves? He, by the way, called out Raya today as well. Said that to win the Champions League, you need a goalkeeper who makes... Where is it? I even favorited it, I think it was. Here it is. If you want to win the Champions League, you need a keeper who wins you a tie. I know he kind of might be bigging up Donnarumma, but he's totally calling out here David Raya. 100%. Big up AFC always. Big up my guy. We will read this. But yeah, he called out David Raya for nothing. Yet he at the same time says, oh, I don't call players out. I'm not gonna name names. And all this stuff. By the way, speaking of David Raya, stat of the day for you. No Arsenal player created more chances in the first half versus Paris than David Raya. 1. What? I'm serious here. That's an actual stat from yesterday's game after the first half. It's actually kind of insane. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is proper atmosphere, proper fireworks, tifos, proper atmosphere. Not what we saw at Emirates, for fuck's sake. That was embarrassment and a half. Embarrassment and a half. Arteta blames everyone else. Exactly. Everyone's at fault. Referees, everything. Not just, he never. I knew this game where David Raya creates the most chances for us was coming. Shout out to you guys watching this rubbish. Dude, it's tough. Let's just put it that way. It is genuinely tough to have to watch. So I can take a lot of positives. I'm very proud of the team. We have to arrive in the competition at this stage with full squad, full available, in best condition. Well, no you don't, because nobody is at the end of the day. The season is coming to an end. Everyone has played about 50 games, including cup competitions, international games, and all this stuff. Nobody is fully available because everyone's playing with minor injuries. Nobody has a full squad because they have injuries or someone has something and they cannot be in the best condition. And that's why you have a full squad. Proper subs, proper depth, proper competition. So you can replace a certain player just in case. But obviously you don't want that. We haven't got that, so let's put that aside. We haven't got that, so let's put that aside. So basically what he's saying here, we don't have a full squad, let's put that aside. So let's ignore the fact, basically what he's saying, that I have spent 750 million, yet we have no backups, and we have no bench, no striker, and we have no ambition. That's what he's saying here. I have wasted the money. That's why stats are meaningless, as Timber and Partey did create a chance in the first half. Well, the throw-ins and all this stuff, yeah, but Raya, you know. Arrogance and delusion equals Arteta, exactly. Where was it? It's still the team that I've seen today against probably one of the best, if not the best team in Europe. It's still the team that I've seen today against probably one of the best, if not the best team in Europe. It gives me much pride, but I'm the same. I'm so upset, so annoyed that we didn't manage to do it. Best team in Europe. We're not even best team in England, you dumbass. What are you waffling about? Until things that are on us, probably not together. Another thing is that obvious the opponent at this level has the quality to deliver, like Donnarumma has done it today again. Again, shots at David Raya. On the emotion in the dressing room, it's probably difficult with words. The work we put in, the enthusiasm, belief, whatever happens, you come here and you do what we've done. Is the first time for 95% of these guys because they've never played a semi-final. I assume he means Champions League, first of all, because they have played semi-finals. And that's what, again, last summer and in January, we were talking about these transfers and said, we need experience in the team. We need proven winners in the team. Guys who know how to get it over the line and how to lead the squad. And we have none of that, let's be real. To do what they've done in Paris today against the team is remarkable. But the fact is that we are out and we want to improve and we want to win it. We can never look back on it yet, but if we did or whatever, it just still on us to go to the final and actually win it. That's a way, might blah blah blah. On if we need more firepower up front. Here we go. Let's see what he waffles here about, because he's definitely not going to say, oh, we need a striker. Merino at striker is not the best option. And Martinelli has declined and everything. Saka is playing through the injury. He's not going to call it spade per spade that he has fucked it up. I'm very proud to coach the players that we have, and within that, we create chances and situations and normally they are goals. We have scored 1 goal in 2 goals in 8 semi-final games. We barely scored 1 goal against Bournemouth. We drew against Palace. Well, we lost against Palace. Drew against Brentford. Well, no, drew against Palace. Drew against Brentford, Everton, and all these teams. Normally they are goals. Where? But again, sometimes you have to applaud the position that the keeper has done. It's just in this time. Both times they won't be... Again, he bigs up Donnarumma so much that the other players don't exist, right? And you need to win the competition. You need that. In one of 2 boxes, somebody has to do something special to win it for you and make it happen. And that was the difference. So basically what he's saying that Donnarumma was the only reason we didn't win those 2 games. Holy crap. Genuinely holy crap. What he said to the players, very similar words to you guys. The way they describe is the way they spoke to them, because it's the way I feel. Yes, I feel proud. Yes, probably they were the way we expected it. Yes, probably in the condition that we are, it's very unlikely to happen, but it's what it was there to happen again, and we made it very, very close to happening. So it's just finding those reasons that actually didn't. Instead of the things that we don't have, with the things that we have, what we actually do more to make it happen. What the fuck? My brain is hurting reading this. And if he's confident we can win a trophy. Oh, this had to be a good answer. It depends. Well, this squad 2 years ago, nobody believed that we could even probably qualify for the Champions League. Not even think that we could finish second or compete in the league. Or have the amount of points that we had, that in any other year you are a champion. Again. Seriously? Or have the run the results and the performances that we had in the Champions League. But the reality at the end is that you need something to lose, and that trophy with all the work that we do and disappointments, nothing to happen. Don't worry. Do not worry. We have 3 more questions. 3 more questions left. Or it looks like Arteta didn't watch the game. He was too busy landing airplanes, doing YMCA on the sidelines and everything. On if the best team lost the tie. I think so, especially for 160 minutes. I'm saying that they are saying that because they just told me that. What? We were the best team for 160 minutes of 180 minutes of the game. In which universe? I'm sorry, in which universe? Again? Where? Why? How? What? I'm very sorry, what? You're playing FIFA on amateur against your kid? Maybe that's why you see me that way, but I'm not so sure. Who told him that? PSG's bench. Oh, fucking hell. And if there's fear that we can't go to next level, they cannot play, then they cannot play football at the highest level. Can manager go to another level? That is the big question. It doesn't look that way. You have the best example in the other dressing rooms. Marquinhos. 11 times he tried at this club. He hasn't won it. 11 times he's the captain. So that pretty much confirms Odegaard is going to stay the captain, isn't it? Seriously, that pretty much confirms that Odegaard is going to stay as the captain of Arsenal, doesn't it? So that's the truth. And let's see if they win it. So 11 times they have to go down and up. So look at the mirror at somebody like... I'm sorry. See, he says Marquinhos, 11 times he's tried this club and 11 times he hasn't won it. We have never, ever in our lifetime won it. How about that? Most players that have won the Champions League has happened after they have left Arsenal or before they arrived at Arsenal. It has never happened at Arsenal. And if he sees hunger in players' eyes, they see how much they wanted it, and that's because they were in tears. Oh, the eating tears. Good, big up to you. By the way, games. Spurs winning 1-0 against Gimps. Fiorentina 2-1 up, that could go to extra time. Chelsea 1-0 up there in the final. And Athletic Bilbao have scored, made it 3-1 on the aggregate. They need only 2 more goals to force overtime. Freaking hell, NBA settings, you know. Anyways, let's look at this. Let's look at some news. Maybe that will make you feel better. We have a few minutes here. I heard Auba punched up Arteta. I think that was true. This guy is just a smug prick. I have no idea why is he this. Exactly. Arteta cannot handle proper players because with proper big players comes ego. Because the players know how goddamn good they are, hence they have the ego. Obviously, there are some that need to be coached a bit more, so they don't have the ego, but that's a different story. It's not a coincidence that first thing he has done at Arsenal is gotten rid of all the players that had egos. Pepe, Aubameyang, Lacazette, Guendouzi, and players like that. It's not a coincidence, because he cannot handle them. Guendouzi is a fantastic player, let's be real, he's very, very good. But he has an attitude. But every youngster has. It's your job to coach that. Aubameyang was Golden Boot winning. He won you the FA Cup. He's definitely going to have some balls and some attitude. If you cannot handle it, maybe you're not qualified enough to be the goddamn manager. Anyways, some news on Arsenal. What I read today in last 2 days. Apparently Odegaard is expected to be the captain also next season. Good news for all the top Gunners, bad news for all Arteta out. Odegaard next season will be still the captain. Oh God, help us all. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, if that is true. Arsenal likes Anthony Gordon. Well, go on a date, mate. That's according to David Pornstein. According to Ben Jacobs, well, that's gonna go well. Arsenal have made fresh contact with Mateusz Cunha over potential move this summer, and a new meeting is scheduled between sporting director Andrea Berta and Cunha's camp. Newcastle are also in the race, but Man United are still seen as favourites. Would you take Cunha at Arsenal? Question to you all. Would you take? Oh, this is the joke of the century. Some week for Mikel Arteta. Claimed Liverpool won the league with fewer points than Arsenal have had in the past 2 seasons, then said the Gunners have been the best team in this season's Champions League. Phase 7 of his master plan is just making stuff up, it seems. Well, you cannot make this stuff up. It's almost impossible what it feels like. But kind of feels like with Arsenal we live in a matrix, because Arteta says some weird goddamn stuff that doesn't make even any sense whatsoever. He can waffle as much he wants, but if you listen to that and take it as gospel, I feel sorry for you. According to John Cross, Alexander Zinchenko is likely to leave Arsenal this summer. Well, that's not a shocker. While there is interest from Saudi Arabia in Leandro Trossard. Come on, Saudis, sign him up. 35 million. Go, sign, sell. Who only has a year left on his deal. His departure would pave the way for a new left winger. Oh, please, I beg of you, proper left winger. And Takehiro Tomiyasu's future is uncertain. What's so uncertain? He's out till December. Comes January, see ya. There's nothing more to that. What the hell is this all about? There's not too much. I don't want any player profile Arteta picks. I'm happy for Berta to pick all the new signing. I hope it is that way. Genuinely, I hope Arteta hands in his paper of players he wants, Berta reads it, tears it all up, throws it in the trash, and says, no, you are getting these players off my list, deal with it or F off. I hope so. Although at the same time, I don't want this manager getting any money. But of course, I'm Arsenal fan first. As much as I want Arteta out, I want our team also to be stronger, so it's double-edged sword to some extent. Arsenal will look to offload Zinchenko this summer. That's new. This is the picture that really pissed me off. This is Arsenal's record in semi-finals. Last 8 semi-finals under Mikel Arteta. Last 8 semi-finals under Mikel Arteta. 2 draws, 6 losses, 2 goals scored. This is our record in the last 8 semi-final games. Got schooled by Emery in Europa League semi-finals. Got schooled by Jurgen Klopp, by his under-20 team pretty much, at home at the Emirates, by the way. Then against Newcastle this season, 2 times, 2-0, embarrassing fashion. And of course, against PSG, 1-0 at the Emirates, and 1-2 loss away that happened just yesterday. This is going well, isn't it? Arteta is just... he has to go. Genuinely, he has to go. There's no other reason to keep him. I don't trust him with the money. That, for me, is the biggest issue. Oh, to make things worse, by the way, Al Hilal are waiting for an answer from Simeone Inzaghi about the Inter boss becoming their new manager. If he turns them down, the Saudi Pro League club will make an offer for Marco Silva, who is obviously manager of Fulham. Now, a bit later on during the day after this message, this news, I read that Marco Silva apparently has accepted the job in principle, right? So it doesn't look like Inzaghi is not going to leave, at least to Saudi. The issue with this is, though, when I say I want Inzaghi at Arsenal, top Gunners say he's not obtainable. He's not going to move. How come Saudi can go in for him? Inzaghi is on what, 6 million a year at Inter Milan. Arteta at Arsenal is at 15 million at Arsenal. 2.5 times bigger salary. Give Inzaghi 10-11 million and get him to Arsenal. Don't give a crap. Plus he plays 3 at the back, which definitely would help Arsenal because we have a proper players to play 3 at the back, 5 at the back to formations. With the wing backs we can actually deploy in the team. So why not? Why the hell not? Oh, but he's not obtainable. Everyone's obtainable. Let's be real. If you pay the right money, the person will come at the end of the day. Unless there is some other agenda at the end of the day. Can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's the thing. Like, seriously. Why Arsenal are not going for Inzaghi? This is a big one. This was tweeted, this tweet specifically, last year, June 4th, after the season ended last year. After Arsenal's elimination against Bayern Munich in the Champions League quarterfinals, the feeling amongst the hierarchy was that the team lacked a certain X factor in the attack. Something special to unlock defenses on the biggest occasion. And how did we proceed in that summer market? We signed Calafiori, a left back, for 45 million, or center back. We signed a midfielder for 35 million, who plays at striker somehow. We signed a cup-tied Norberto Neto for the goalkeeping position. And here is the X factor in the attack who we signed. Raheem Sterling. Raheem Shillings. Raheem the Dream. This was said last year already. And we did nothing in terms of signing a player like that. Nothing. Pathetic. In other news, Arsenal have identified Brian Buemo, Jamie Gittins, and Ademola Lookman as potential targets in the summer transfer window. Well, good luck with that. Arsenal's trophy cabinet this year, by the way. This is Arsenal's trophy cabinet this year. We beat Man City and Real Madrid Cup. This is what top Gunners are gonna frame on their walls, most likely. Probably. No shame, no nothing. Genuinely. Apparently Arsenal are interested in Patrick Schick. Ironically enough, these news come out straight after Arsenal lose and we need a striker, by the way. We all of a sudden are linked with a striker. Interesting how world works, isn't it? 30-40 million. And of course the big one. The big one. Arsenal have stepped up talks to extend the contract of William Saliba. The aim is to prevent the 24-year-old leaving for cheap when he has 1 year left on his deal, or on a free transfer when his contract ends in 2027. If I was Saliba, I wouldn't sign the new deal until I see who we signed this summer and how the season is going. I would not sign the deal if I was Saliba. Because there is no intention, there's no reason for Saliba to stay unless we win trophies or he is genuinely just in love with Arsenal. Let's just put it that way. Another major trophy drought for Arsenal. Arsenal have made an offer of the representatives of Ipswich striker Liam Delap as they seek to sign supporting forward alongside a more experienced and proven option. So Arsenal basically potentially could be signing 2 strikers. That's what we are getting told right now. So if Delap comes in as a secondary option, I'm all for that. I'm all for that. 30 million Delap, he wants about 100 grand a week, 110. I would take that. Genuinely would take that. Definitely better than Merino, Havertz, Jesus, and all these guys. All of the bums. Big up Yorkshire Gunner, by the way. Big up Yorkshire Gunner if you haven't, go subscribe to him. He said this: a new manager is more important than a new striker. A new striker equals the same problems we have if Arteta is still the manager. Big up Yorkshire Gunner. Because that would actually be the case. Arsenal, the 2 strikers Arsenal want apparently are targeting Gyökeres and Liam Delap. I'm not gonna lie, if we sign those 2 strikers, I would be happy to some extent. That actually would get me quite excited in that regard. Of course, on top of that, Sesko's summer release clause now exceeds 80 million euros. If we go in for him, I'm gonna get hella pissed off, to say the least. And of course, to add the pain on top of the pain of yesterday, Arsenal are expected to give Liverpool a guard of honor at Anfield this weekend as the club view it as a mark of sportsmanship. Big up Arsenal, morons. Big up Kwame. Spurs and United are both leading. We are so pathetic. United are not, it's 1-1. Spurs are gonna get to the final. United, well, they're gonna win. It's 4-1 on aggregate, let's be real. Mason Mount scored. Oh, what a day. Not gonna lie. All English final about to happen. Arteta treated Aubameyang like shit. Yeah. Genuinely. Pathetic. Can't handle big personalities. That's what Arteta can't do. We are not a serious club. We are a joke. Let's be real. I can see Watkins now that will have PSR issues. This is what these Spanish managers overspending. To some extent, yeah, but I don't think so. They will find a way. Like last summer. Remember last summer as well? Newcastle had this. Aston Villa had this before everything. They managed to sort it out. Everton also had this. So they will sort something out. They will sell someone random to Saudi for about 50 million and everything will be fine. Odegaard is useless. Big up Musafiri Bienvenu. Big up. Odegaard is. Sell him as well. Individual. Big up AFC always, by the way. Individual brilliance. What won Arteta the FA Cup, and that was Aubameyang. And that was Aubameyang. Arteta should be thanking Aubameyang for the only trophy he will win. Exactly. Individual brilliance from Aubameyang and Tierney. They both were working at that 5 at the back in such a cohesion. With Tierney lobbing the balls over Man City's back and everything. Oh, United scored, fucking hell. Over the top, it actually was insane. It genuinely was insane. Carried them and that he ruined them both. One way or another. Arteta alone should give the guard of honor. Genuinely, he should stand there, shake everyone's hand. And Jover, the set-piece coach. Yeah, this set-piece coach crap. He has a mural outside Emirates. For what? For us scoring few free corners? How comes we concede more corners than anyone else in the world, what it feels like? You can coach attack from corners. By the way, we haven't scored a set-piece goal in a long time as well. It doesn't come anymore. Pause. And how comes you don't coach defense on set-pieces then, Jover, huh? Don't try and sign people who decline an invite and make your make you wait for a week. Just move on. 1 week, okay. One thing, if it's a week or two for a certain player like Jokeres something, I'm cool. If it's like it was last summer, where we signed Calafiori for a month or month and a half, and then it takes a month to sign a Merino, get it out. Them two alone should do the guard of honor. Yeah. Will has wage issues. Well, they need to sell someone then. Odegaard needs to be bench player. Dude. Odegaard's a whole we could generally do a separate stream on Odegaard alone. As it sickens me that we will give Liverpool a guard of honor. Liverpool were better than us. Liverpool were better than us. We are just shit. Arteta is the big up OG. Arteta is the reason everyone feels we are such a great team now. Such that we are now expected to be the very best in Europe of playing a DM as a striker. You should all please take a chill pill. No, we won't. Arteta out. That's it. Ever since Odegaard held his camera on the pitch, he has been in decline. Celebrate trophies, not matches. Yeah. Celebrate trophies and not matches. Embarrassing. Genuinely and utterly embarrassing. Actually want to see him sold now. Thinks he made it after that match. Basically, it's insane. It genuinely is insane. And people still defend him. Defend everyone, and including Arteta. Like, it's actually insane. Arteta is more protected than anyone else in the world I know. That is the worst part. No accountability. None whatsoever in this fan base. That's what sickens the most. Because the Arsenal social media see this and they think everything's fine. Nobody cares. That's the worst part. We can still milk the money. What makes you think the guy can lead us to anything? I will not go. What is this guard of honor talk? Chelsea did it last week. Guards have been happening for over 100 years. How old are you people? Football existed before social media. Yeah, that is true, but it's embarrassing for Arsenal. For all the expectations, all the yap. It's mostly top gooners at the end of the day because they hype up all the players, the manager, everything. They found every single excuse. They make our fan base so unbearable that pretty much everyone wants us to lose. Not that they see maybe they could lose a game here, maybe we can get advantage. They genuinely want us to lose. Arteta is not getting over the line. The sooner we get a new manager, the sooner we will see trophies. Yep. Odegaard can take the club photographer with him. He's guy had mad chat for Arteta out guys on Twitter a couple of years ago. Oof. Arteta is finished as Arsenal manager. Yeah, he won't lead us. In my opinion, he won't. Genuinely, he won't. And the thing is, I'm an Arsenal fan. I want us to succeed. I want us to sign some of the best players. Like Jokeres, of course. For example, even... sign proper striker, midfielders and everything, sign a number 6 and all this stuff. I want it all. I want for us to sign the best players. Big up, like and subscribe. Road to 500 is strong. Almost there, inches away. But yeah, we need change, and that's Simeone Inzaghi, exactly. Simeone Inzaghi gets 2.3 times less wages than Mikel Arteta. That's how nuts it is. But where was I? Yeah, I want Arsenal to sign the best players. I want us to sign and compete for everything, right? I want to see Jokeres, for example. I want to see, for example, high-profile players, world-class level players, right? For example, Rodrigo, Camavinga even, and players like that. At the same time, as much as I want all that, I don't want this manager to get a single penny. That's how ironic this is at the end of the day. I want us to sign some of the best players. I want us to succeed. At the same time, I don't think it's going to be under Arteta, and I want him sacked, and I don't want him to getting any penny. And that is such a big double-edged sword that it's really pissing me off. Really, really pissing me off. We lost Toby Martin and Heaven to United. They are going to win a trophy before us. Imagine they'll both leave Arsenal and they actually will win a trophy. Eddie Nketiah can win a trophy, by the way, the FA Cup. If they win, obviously, if they win it. Eddie Nketiah and Matt Turner can live the FA Cup if they beat them. Sack Arteta now. What are we doing? Exactly. Bin him. The board must provide top players. They must add to the depth before you ask Arteta to be sacked. The difference was lack of quality back. That's excuse for the last 3 fucking years. Second 3 seasons ago. Oh, we don't have a backup for Saliba. Oh my goodness, no, we play Rob Holding, we lose the league. Last season, we avoided pretty much every single injury to the big player imaginable. We played the same 11 almost every single game. No rotation, no substitutions, no nothing. We didn't win it. This season we have injuries, we have issues, still don't win it. The issue is, we don't have backups. Everyone saw, maybe Top Gunners didn't, but I called this out already for the longest time that, and many other people did, Lee Gunner, Northside, the Turkish, Curtis, you can name them, they called it. We last year avoided injuries. We haven't signed proper backups with the 3/4 of a billion spent. We're gonna get injuries this season and it's gonna ruin our season to some extent. Just because of that, because this manager is incapable of actually managing the squad properly. That's it. 3.5 years, no striker. How does that make sense? Still no backup for Saliba, by the way. As if he didn't learn 3 years ago when he got injured. Like, come on, what are we doing here? No player management, no squad management, no coaching, no in-game plans, no in-game management, no nothing. Arteta's mistreatment when Yeri's disgrace, exactly. What has Yeri done that he doesn't play all of a sudden? Arteta uses cursive behavior. It's no excuse, that's the reality. It is an excuse. If it was reality, he would have won something. The board trusts Arteta, and the worst part is Arteta makes more or less the final decisions at many occasions. So he signs off with the player should be signed or not. Last summer, on Calafiori and Merino, on both of them, countless reports. The hierarchy don't think Calafiori is good enough for Arsenal because due to injuries. Merino, they don't think he's the right profile and player we need right now. But Mikel Arteta, putting his foot down, said, I want these 2 players, hence why we signed them. Arteta has said himself he has pretty much the final say on who we sign and who we don't. He has too much power at this club. Too much power. United, Chelsea and Spurs are all in the final. Exactly. That's the worst part. United winning 3-1, they're in Europa League final. Spurs winning 2-0, they're gonna be in Europa League final. One of those teams are gonna win a trophy. Either Spurs are gonna win a trophy, which will be embarrassing for Arsenal, and we are never gonna live it down, by the way. Or United are going to win their 3rd trophy in 3 years, and it's gonna be their 4th final in 3 years. We have been to 1 final in 5.5 years. And Chelsea are about to be in the finals. Now it's going to be extra time between Fiorentina and Betis potentially, but we'll see. Like, how do people don't see this? Oh, progress in the league. We are still 2nd, right? Oh, but we are how many points behind Liverpool? Liverpool already have won the league on 82 points. We are regressing. We might finish 4th or 5th this season if we don't get our shit together. Oh, but we don't have this, we don't have that, all the excuses in the world, but never holding Mikel Arteta accountable, never holding players accountable, as long as I have an excuse to move the goalposts, right? Once again, Arteta is the reason we are such a great team to watch now. We are great to watch? Do you watch the games blindfolded or something? You enjoy them? I've given Arteta props where it needs to be given, but I'm not gonna sit here and not call out this crap you're seeing. The reality is that if Arteta keeps on saying it, you part like, exactly. Players are saying the same things now what Arteta says in the interviews. Margins, energy, evolving and all this stuff. Players are saying now the same things. You don't understand, Arteta is not good enough. Exactly. So shall we then take Man United's place then? What? How about you hold your club accountable for shit? This is what is so dumb and illogical for me. Our fan base, well, part of it, has higher standards for every single club in Premier League besides their own club. How does that make sense? What has Arteta done for me lately? Janet Jackson settings. Does he change my, I don't know, wallpapers? United are in the final of Europa League, yeah, which we were one time, we lost 4-1. That didn't go well. But let's be real, Arsenal fans wanted the final. Then we got to the final, we just didn't win it again. Anyways, I think I've yapped long enough, been live for hour and 18 minutes. So I think I'm gonna call it quits here. So if you haven't already, smash the like, subscribe if you're new around here. Leave your thoughts down in comments below if you're watching this as a playback. I'm gonna see you all maybe tomorrow, maybe on Saturday. Tomorrow is birthday for one of my kids, so I might actually not see you tomorrow. So for today, I am out. See what's gonna happen tomorrow. See what's gonna happen day after tomorrow. Yeah, Kroenke is out and Arteta out, exactly. They're like those mugger nuts. Damn. But yeah, take care guys. Have a nice evening. Try to forget what happened during this week. And well, we go from here. Take care.